This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about something that I love very much, and that's dungeon crawls. But you know how I am about theme, and you know how much I love miniatures and how thematic that makes the games at times. Sometimes there's just a good story and a good everything is just, if you have a great mechanisms, you have wonderful events that bring in shock, shock value, and a very tough game. You don't need miniatures all the time to have a great dungeon crawl. And I'm discovering that with the sci-fi thriller Into the Black Boarding Party. It is a space pirate game. And all I can say is I knew nothing about this. I saw it at Miniature Market. I said, yeah, let's give this a try. It might be good for the channel. Boy, am I glad I did that. Let's go down to the table. I'm going to give you a quick overview about it. I think you're going to learn a lot about it, and I think you're going to go to Miniature Market and get one of these. So without further ado, let's go down to the table. Okay, Into the Black. Well, you know, I discovered this little thing, and I'm absolutely blown away by it because it's actually a lot of fun. So let's talk about this. First of all, you have a ton of characters that you can choose from. If you are playing a 4-player game and you run out of characters, okay, well, that person's dead. But if somebody dies, you can actually just, well, shuffle and pick another character. So what do some of these things mean? Let's find somebody that's... Oh, see, this girl's pretty cool. So we're going to go with her. So what does this mean? This is her initiative, okay? This means that she gets to go before anybody else. Anybody else that has higher will go before she goes. She has 3 health. She moves 4 spaces. Now look at these little tiles. First of all, these little tiles are so cool. And I'm going to bring some up to the camera here to show you guys, because they remind me of something from a long time ago, and they will probably remind you of the same thing, and that is the old Space Hulk. Remember what the tiles used to look like this? Yes. So they look like this old Space Hulk. So number one, you got me there. Okay? No doubt. So I'm going to just throw those into the pile there. So, again, that's movement. This is when you search a room, but we'll be talking about that very shortly. This is how many attack dice you have. And this is, oh God, reputation. There we go, reputation. No, I'm not going to cut that out because I'm going to show you guys that I make mistakes too. So reputation. Now reputation is really kind of important because you can use it and you gain it through several different ways to gain reputation. If you kill 5 enemies, you can trade it in to get a reputation point. So you may start with a certain amount of reputation, but as you add more, you are going to get certain bonuses here. And you can actually, to get initiative, you can spend reputation to get initiative. So it's really interesting some of the things that you can get out of it. You have some special abilities here. You're going to have some wearable, which is going to be your armor. And then you're going to have certain weapons that are going to add to your attack dice. So the way this works is, say she went to move. Her first thing to do is she gets 2 actions. She can move, okay? And then what will happen is the next phase is you will conduct any combat. Now, I'm going to move this out of the way because this comes with a wonderful quick reference guide that's going to tell you everything how it goes. So what we're going to do is every turn you lay down 3 corridors. And as you can see, you could put one here, or you could put one here. Now you see this space here, the white space here? Anytime there's a space there, you're going to put a room. All right, so you're going to lay down 1 corridor, and then we're going to lay down another one. Now you see how this works? We could put one right here, okay? And then we can lay down our 3rd corridor. Oh, look at that one. Now you could do this, and you're allowed to do this, but you cannot have anything that can go into a U-turn. So this is an illegal move, but you can put this here. as you can see. Now, anytime you come up with one that has the white line on it, and of course, nothing's predetermined here. So if we decided to put this one here, you're going to put a room on each end of those white areas. Now, rooms are very tricky. Now, as you're moving through, usually some of these rooms are guarded, and they are guarded by, yes, security officers, security bots, or crew. The idea of the game is to, if you are playing, this game has a couple of things in it that are very interesting. If you're playing solo, well, you don't want to have the traitor mechanism in there. You're a bunch of pirates, you're trying to get in here, and you're trying to clear out this, you're going to have personal goals, and you're going to have a primary mission. And the thing here is, if you're playing solo, you're going to play a primary mission. Now, one of these is to find a way out. Call for backup, destroy and escape, disable the vessel, escape with the derelict, loot and plunder, prison break. You may be breaking some guys out of prison. Take the bridge. Now, take the bridge is really interesting because it's one of the rooms. So your stack is going to be built a certain way, and you're going to try to find the bridge, hopefully. Or, like with one objective, you want to escape off, so you want to get to the shuttle bay and escape. Now, there's going to be robot sentries, and you're going to be pulling them out of this bag. Okay? And not very fun. And you pull out, and here we have security bots. Now, security bots are very interesting. Security bots have a 3 initiative, and they have 2 health. Now, if you have crew, they have 1 health. They fire back at you with 2 yellow dice and an orange dice. Now, our person here is going to attack with 2 yellow dice and an orange dice. So there's going to be certain cards, and let's just say there's one bot there for now, that say we moved here, we did our actions, we can use this another action to search this room if ever we get into this room. But say we're going into combat, well, we are going to roll, and she has 2 yellow dice and 1 orange dice. We would roll this, and I would get 1 hit. Now, because that is a security bot, it would only take 1 damage. What happens? Security bot fires back. Security bot has 2 yellow, 1 orange, and they would roll back. They missed totally. Then it would go back to our soldier here, and they would roll. And wow, that's a bunch of hits. Now, notice how this dark one's here. This dark one is a critical hit. That does 2 damage. These 2 are just 1 damage. So we have a total of 4 hits. Well, he's only got 2. Guess what? Well, there you go. He would be gone, and he would go on to our card here, and we would keep those as trophies, more or less, and we would be able to trade those in for more, yes, you got it, reputation, because it's all about killing. Once we go into a room, anything with a check mark will tell you that you can search and possibly get any one of those rewards. As you can see, you can get, for this one, the symbol matches, so you would be able to get a gear. But you have to roll and see if you can search. That conducts an action, so that would be one of your 2 actions. But you can only do that during your move phase. Combat is always done in phase 3. So say we want to search this room, we would search with 2 yellow and 1 orange, of course. Oh, actually a white, excuse me. And, oh, there we go. We got enough. We would search. We would capture a loot, explosive charge. So these do all kinds of different and cool things. And we would put that onto our card and so forth and so on. The maximum cards you can ever have is 8 cards. Now, the next thing that would happen is we check win or loss conditions. But in the first phase, before anything happens, an event card is drawn, and all kinds of things can happen with the event cards. So it adds another element of surprise in here. Each turn that goes by, an apprehension track. So every time we go into a new turn, we move on the apprehension track. What does that do? Well, if we get to turn 5 and we haven't found our objective, well, we are going to add enemy presence. We're going to go -1 morale if we get to 10. All is lost. Say we have a primary card that we do not care for. At that time, we can change it and hopefully find something that we can accomplish. Not that easy, though. You're constantly adding corridors and rooms, and every time you add rooms, you're going to add security bots and crew in front of these rooms, because they're going to be guarding, and the minute they see you, they are going to move. Now, how do they move? Well, you're going to roll a d6, and there is a chart, and they will either move away from you, they will move towards you, they will move and try to alert people. There's all kinds of different things that can happen and can go wrong in this game, but you are working together as in a solo or co-op variant. Now, what about the other thing? There are personal goals. There is a traitor amongst your crew, because there is no honor among thieves. You're space pirates, okay? You may be playing along trying to solve the primary mission, but everybody has a personal goal, and whoever gets the personal goal kind of wins the game. Maybe it's to sabotage or to kill or to get rid of some of your crew or walk out with the most treasure. You don't know. There is a morale system as well. Every time you die or a character is removed from the game, morale goes down, which means if you roll these dice and you have 1 hit, well, it's -1 hit. This hit does not count. The first hit would not count. Then it would be -2 to your initiative and minus. Or morale may be so high that you're getting +1 move, +1 attack. There's a lot of different things that happen. There's a couple ways to lose the game. If the apprehension track goes to the end, well, guess what? You lose. If there's no characters to pick, you lose. You killed off all your characters. The objectives to try to get your primary goal done, your personal goals if you're playing a thing, and basically survive, but it's not that easy. The neat thing about this is you can either play with these meeples, which is really kind of cool, or you can play with standees if you want another look at it. But pretty much, there's a lot of really cool loot, valuables, gears, weapons, and all this stuff, and all in this little known game. You don't have to have a ton of figures sometimes or miniatures. You can have a great dungeon crawl experience if the game is just deep itself, and I think that's what you have here. But to find that out, let's go up top and get my final thoughts, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the game. I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm going to say. You know I'm going to go, wow. No, I'm not going to today. Listen, I'm going to lay it on the line. I like this a lot. This is fun. I've played this over the weekend by myself a couple of times, to the point where I had to tape this and go, you know something, I need to let people know about this thing. This is good. And you don't need miniatures, and you don't need all this fluff and stuff like that. Sometimes a really just solid, good system is there. It's easy, it's fun, it's enjoyable. You can play the take that version, or you could say, you know something, why don't we work together and see if we can accomplish this and make it as hard as possible. Oh, but wait, there's more. They have a couple expansions for this thing. Okay? Epic encounters. Oh, harder enemies. Stuff those in the bag. And guess what? You have 7 epic encounter enemy cards. So now you run into enemies that are just going to be nasty. 4 epic encounter meeples. Okay, that's cool. 4 epic encounter tokens, 4 federal authority tokens, 26 epic loot cards, more loot, 12 health tokens, because you're going to need it. Yeah, count me in on that one, okay? They have an expansion for this. I played the regular game here. This is good. And then increased crew. So if you want to play 5 or 6 players, well, guess what? You have an expansion to do that even. This is good. Go out and get this. I'm telling you, this is a great game, and people aren't talking about it. And I had a lot of fun playing the solo version. I had a lot of fun. The twist, the turns, the surprises, the things. I didn't care. I was playing with meeples. I had a wonderful time. I was totally immersed in the game, and that is what it's all about. James J. Campbell, you are a genius, my friend, and I like you a lot. I'm just letting you know that. Go out and get this. I think you'll really enjoy it. I know I did. If you're a Dungeon Crawl fan like I am, you won't be disappointed. Until next time, it is your old pal Rob telling you, we will see you soon.